Hey guys, and welcome back to Elden Ring. So last time we left off, we had just gotten to some cool new areas. We had gotten to the Ainsel River Well, seeming continuation of the Siofra River Well. We had achieved the entrance to the main academy gate of Raya Lucaria. And it overall just done a lot of good stuff. So now, new patch 1.3, there's some pretty cool things that have come out with this patch. Specifically, what I want to talk about is NPCs. For example, if I highlight Fort Height, you can see Kenneth Height, Limgrave Heir shows up. All NPCs and merchants are going to be marked now. So the Church of Ayla will mark Merchant Kale, right? Merchant, I believe that's how you say his name, Kale. So in the future, things will be much easier here. And apparently, there really is something cut with the quests regarding Kenneth Height, Gostock, and Nefeli Lu. People had pointed out that Nefeli Lu has the same name as Hora Lu, which was a name that Godfrey, the ancestor of Godric, goes by. So we thought perhaps she is a descendant of the first Elden Lord, and perhaps the exact one that Kenneth Height is looking for, the new noble blood heir to take over Limgrave. But it seems as though the quest was cut or some sort of flags were disabled, and that wasn't to be. And apparently it has something to do with Gatekeeper Gostock, ironically enough. So the fact that I left him alive when I went through the first part of the game again is a bit of a boon here. So we are going to go see what Mr. Height has to say here. Sir Height may have new dialogue for us. Oh, nice. We can get more blood rose.
I must begin my search post-haste for a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave. I must begin for a true...
It appears he doesn't have anything new to say at the moment. However, it's probably the case that we just haven't gotten far enough to trigger these things.
You've met Garank, I take it. Then owing to our duties shared, we are now comrades in arms. I think you've earned this. The power of the Golden Order to aid the hunt of those who live in death.
Strange. Now what triggered this?
Are you acquainted with a man named Rogier? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in times past. Don't let his easy air deceive you. He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart and clear of mind. No more though. You see him now, ravaged by thorns, muttering and rambling, like he's half dead already. I can't stomach to watch. Take well the lesson, friend. That's how you end up when seduced by those who live in death. When grace is sullied, it rots people from the inside. Breaks them.
Now this gets me more and more curious as to what happened to Rogier. It seems to have something to do with Stormveil. He said that Stormveil held the key to what he was looking for. It has to be the lower chambers that we haven't been able to access yet.
I serve the Golden Order, that I might put this crooked land to rights, following only the guidance of the Great Elden Ring. Those who live in death fall outside the principles of the Golden Order. Their mere existence sullies the guidance of gold, tainting its truth. And so it is the vermin must be exterminated, down to the very last.
So that has a very soul dregs type feeling to it, blood dregs. Like the I forget the name of the covenant that hunts the vermin from Bloodborne. I forget the exact terminology for it. Let's see what he has available for us. Litany of Proper Death, one of the incantations of the Golden Order Fundamentalists, used by hunters of those who live in death. Creates an image of order, dealing holy damage to nearby foes. This incantation is especially damaging to those who live in death. Any fell by this incantation cannot be revived. The role of the hunters is to stamp out defiled reason, all for the perfection of the Golden Order. Order's Blade, one of the incantations of the Golden Order Fundamentalists, used by hunters of those who live in death. Enchants armament held in the right hand with holy affinity attacks. This incantation is especially damaging to those who live in death. Right, okay. So the same thing, okay. Fantastic, though. Okay. So we have, looks like an AoE type of effect, as well as a weapon buff. But why? Oh, that makes no sense. Why would you need intelligence for the weapon that gives you, for the holy buff? Why? That's terrible. That's a stupid idea. 17 intelligence to use a holy attack. I can't understand that. That doesn't make sense to me. I'd really like to use it, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to need arcane if I want to use dragon things. I'm going to need intelligence and faith to use these kind of things. This game is getting absurd with the requirements. It's just unreasonable completely. I can understand weapons needing scaling, perhaps, you know, where maybe it does more damage if you have extra intelligence, but to require intelligence, and then that begs the question of what does it scale off of? Does it have a heavy intelligence scaling as well? It's just very confusing. And apparently the Hoarfrost Stomp has been nerfed as well, so I'm debating whether I should even use the Ice Rhine Hatchet. I'm not sure how bad it's been taken down a notch here. So we will have to check that out as well. You know, none of these other weapons have anything to do with intelligence. The Scythe or the Halberd or the Patau, these other holy weapons have nothing to do with it. I suppose I could upgrade my flail to +4. That'd be a nice thing to do.
Well, I took you for no man to lay out your own. Back on no matter.
and the Ice Iron Hatchet is a special weapon as well. That makes it even less appealing then, because the damage it does isn't terrible for an unupgraded regular weapon for sure, but for a +1 special weapon to be dealing 158 is not exactly that fantastic when I'm doing that much damage on a +2 Uchi. At least they give you the option to utilize your standard loadout of scaling instead of changing it. Quality scaling, this actually does a bit of an oh well, no, never mind. It's a very, very low drop on the base damage. I'm gonna try out the Wild Strikes Ash of War with the flail. I think that seems pretty suitable to it.
Always good to see. Son.
Well then.
I feel like magic fortification could be an actually quite useful effect to have, especially in the area that we're in. Could be useful against Glintstone Dragon Smaragd as well. Just like flame fortification could be pretty useful for a Gil.
The Academy of Raya Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia.
Renala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy.
And her great rune dwells within the egg she so dearly clutches.
I'm gonna take out the. I believe I forgot to fight the original catacomb and cave bosses just north of the church here, which will give me, if I'm correct, will give me a flame talisman. It may give us a chance of taking out the dragon Agil that's hanging around here. Of course, these will be quite easy encounters, I'm assuming, but root resin is always welcome. I have to use it sometimes too. I haven't been really remembering to use the root resin as of late. Flame resistance is quite high, although it could be that I'm using the wrong seal. Note to self, they are not weak to piercing damage. Strangely enough, the flame trap has been disabled. Am I missing? Where is the gate to open the... Oh, there it is. It wouldn't let me move. Okay. Played it way too loose with that fight, even though I was way over leveled for it. Okay, what did I just get? I did not even think to check what I grabbed. Apparently there's also ways to farm rune arcs, which is a very interesting thing that I'm definitely going to have to look into more. I have the imp head for increasing intelligence, but that's not a long-term solution unless I can modify its appearance. Twisted clay sculpt in the shape of a human head emits a voice that says, "Hello." A wistful fetish that imparts voices and words on an eternal journey. Alright. For the life of me, I cannot figure out what item he dropped there. I did not pay attention to it, so it probably wasn't much of anything. There's the kit. There's the ticket. You have to continue to hold it down. I was just hitting it and then letting go. Like I was tap, 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 tap. That explains why I could not get off my Ashivore on him. Okay. Much more manageable now. There's definitely a cave here somewhere. There it is, the Flamedrake Talisman. That's what I was looking for. Specifically, this winged sword insignia should actually be quite effective with the wild strikes. Every strike you get on them is going to do extra damage as it increases in succession. And if you can kind of infinite stun lock an enemy with weak poise, you know, you're definitely getting somewhere. I have to figure out what to do about this armor, though. This is getting... I'm really running out of... There. I could swap to a weaker shield and I'll be okay. But I really would rather have my brass shield. I like the look of this one better. Let's stick with that. I don't believe there's any other little sections here. Yeah, this definitely seems like it's all that we're gonna see here. Let's see how much we need to get. I did a couple level ups in the off time between the videos here. So we're at a total of level 42, 18 vigor, 598. Our total with the talisman is something like 620. We have 14 mind, giving us 81 FP. It's not enough to use our nice Banished Knight Oleg summon, which I'd really love to see, but you know, you can do it. You can only do what you can do. 13 endurance definitely seems to be enough, I think. Although it's definitely still beneficial to have some more. I think up till 20, I think I'll still be needing more. 16 strength is just to wield weapons. 24 dex, same thing, just to wield weapons. I wish I didn't need the 24. Maybe I should have stuck with the regular flail, but the Knight Rider flail is just such a good weapon. I'm at 9 intelligence. I'm debating whether to up this. That's where I'm stuck. Is should I up that in order to give myself the ability to use a holy buff? I mean, that's a big deal. Especially with my the only other buff option being the Black Flame Blade that lasts no time at all. And then there's the other option of Arcane as well. It's rough, you know, it's really... I don't know. Almost got enough to get a level up here. Use a couple of these. That should be enough. Yes, it is. Okay, 624. 98. The equip load is a nice bonus, though. I really do feel like it might be worth it to get that extra equip load. But boy, is it tempting to try to rock something else. There's so many things I need more to be able to use. It just sucks that I need so many points in different things that I can't use anything right now. The debate here is arcane versus intelligence at this point. If I go with intelligence, I'm going to need 13 to utilize the buff. If I go, but I'm also going to need, I believe it's 12 or 13 arcane in order to use the dragon spell, even the weakest of the dragon spells. So that's not sounding very good. I'm just gonna go with 14 endurance for now, just to make everything nice rounded numbers here. 18, 14, 14, 16, 24, 18, and then the unused are the unused. We'll just rock that for now. The extra equip load is sorely needed as well for now, since we're not using the arsenal charm. That may even give me enough. No, it is still not enough. I'll stick with these for now then. A Gil is another thing I'm kind of considering. Although, you know, for now, I kind of feel... Let's start touching some... I'm just going to head back into Raya Lucaria for now. Let's check out the early areas of Raya Lucaria, see what we're working with, see how much we're going to have to improve in order to get any further here. Just a try. You never know. These don't look anything like walls anyway. Really getting a Tower of Latria vibe from this. All these cages and things. Oh, very Tower of Latria. That music. That music is just hinting. It's like Anor Londo meets Tower of Latria. I'm waiting for the lightning chucking mind flayers to start pouring out of the woodwork. I'm ready. My Angus is peppered. Let's go. Turn the music just a smidge here. Don't tell me. Hold on. Hold on, Snuggly. I'm coming. I heard a crow. Perhaps not. I jumped the gun as soon as I heard that crow noise, sound like a baby crow. Hello. Okay, now is a good time to run back and grab my magic defense incantation. I need that mask for a giant dad build. It has to happen. We have the two-hander. I don't know if there's an equivalent to chaos infusion we can throw on it, but creepy Hellraiser rejects. Are you serious? Oh, it's these things. I remember fighting one of these somewhere before. Close. And now he starts firing. Isn't that just like a sorcerer to just sit back there and let his minions do the work? Throwing shade right now. Throwing maximum shade at you. Invincible time. Invincible hourglass, a little bit suspicious. Somber smithing stone. Nice. Oh, and actually there's a painting of these guys. What? Turn the lights out. Yeah, that one doesn't seem to have extra faces on the side. It just looks like hair. The other ones look like they have 3 faces on them. Although there are 3 paintings. What is it with FromSoft having distinctly Jewish things appearing in a lot of their works? You can clearly see the Israelite, or these are more like what the Yemeni Jews, the Yemenite Jews that still live in the Middle East would wear. That they cover the full head. It's more like a Muslim type head covering, or old Israeli ones. And then in Bloodborne you have Hebrew written on the tombstones because they were taken from a Jewish cemetery in Prague. Lots of things like that. There's a few more that I'm not too keen to pull off the top of my head, but I know they exist. Wow. Gorgeous. Why is it always wheel? I need to start putting some messages down. Oh, I can't do online, that's right. You, sir, look like one of those who live in death. My friend D does not like death. He does like destruction of those who are living in death. I assume that is the reason why he is called D. Probably some sort of Japanese pun I'm not getting here. An interesting detail is that enemies that have the glowing eyes give more runes. Yikes. Why is it doing so little damage then per hit? It's definitely a lot less damage than I would normally be doing. I'm getting a very Cathedral of the Deep feel from this area as well. It's almost like they're mixing areas from past games. In fact, these are almost identical to the Cathedral of the Deep enemies that pop up on you when you're coming through the main entrance. Yeah, that's exactly like it, actually. Bridge and everything. I'm waiting for the Astora sword. Trying to outrun this real quick so I can get to a grace point or something. Oh boy, that's not happening. What the heck is that? Oh. Something materialized out of it. Oh, get it. Got it. Ooh, that gravity. Oh, wow, that lag stab. Oh, man. Talk about gravity. He sucked me out of existence there. I shall provide thee suck. It has a whole new meaning to it. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Close call. Gravity well. We finally get to see the gravity magic. I'm very salty that this is not going to be an incantation. Sorcery. FP cost of 12. Pulls foes toward caster with gravity projectile. 17 intelligence. One of the glintstone sorceries that manipulates gravitational forces. Fires a projectile of condensed gravitational force. Those struck by it will be pulled towards the caster. Charging enhances potency. A gravitational technique studied by the young Radon. His master was an alabaster lord with skin of stone. Really? Now who is that supposed to be? Is this connected to Nokron and Siofra and Ainsel River here? I'm all out of heals. Oh, there we go. Let's hope this works. Thank you. The first time in this entire game that I've been, well, maybe not the first, but one of the only times that I've been genuinely happy, desperate to find a point of grace. Okay. Let's see what we can do about changing up my spells. Black Flame Blade doesn't seem to be all that useful right now. Neither does O Flame, frankly, though. Crystal darts. I'm assuming those are magic throwing daggers. Oh, the first stutter in a while. Oh. realize, motherfucker. Surprise. Typical strategy with these guys. Lock on. Phalanx. Riposte. I'm glad I got some practice against them in the caves. I would have been legit concerned otherwise. Oh, Pot Boy. Ooh. Oh, we have the ritual pot now. Nice. Oh, and I have another 2 seeds that should be able to give me another flask usage too. Container required for crafting ritual pot items. This empty pot somehow mends itself when broken. Special item with greater durability than a cracked pot. Essential vessel for essential vessel for crafting ritual pot items. The materials and magic sealed within deploy their effects when the pot is thrown. Beast lure pot. The blood grease could actually be a useful tool as well. If I use it on my flail, for example. Does not open from this side. Wait, what? Something doesn't feel right here. Conspectus scroll. Sorcery scroll of the Carrion royal family. The heads of the Academy of Raya Lucaria can be given to a learned sorcerer to gain access to following spell sorceries: Glint Blade, Phalanx, and Carrion Slicer. Okay. Conspectus scroll. A sorcery scroll from the Academy of Raya Lucaria. Details superior sorceries taught to scholars worthy of donning the stone crown and studying a certain conspectus. So, stone crown, is this what they mean when they say Radahn's teacher was alabaster, and stone. Can be given to a learned sorcerer to gain access to the following sorceries: glintstone comet shard and star shower. Very interesting. I really hope the next area gives you some faith equipment, though. I'm getting so many things. So many things for magic. Glintstone Craftsman's Book, right? I mean, it makes sense, though. It obviously fits the lore of the area. We got it. Invisible door, the first of the game. The first invisible door of the game. Oh, come on. Marker. I have to put a marker here so I can come back, log in the game online, and then put some messages here. I have to. Although I'm sure somebody has beat me to it at this point. I had a funny feeling about these bookcase doors. They looked like, you know, typical comic book villain. Hit a pull the right book and the bookcase spins around to a secret layer kind of thing. Alright, now we move along. Academy Glintstone Staff. Staff of the Academy of Raya Lucaria, embedded with a turquoise glintstone. Only a recognized sorcerer is permitted to wield this staff. Crystal Staff. I don't recall if we read this yet. Staff fashioned from pure crystal, a deed impossible for a human. Enhances Crystallian sorceries. The Crystallian's faint cogitation is known as the Wisdom of Stone. This staff can only be wielded by those of high intellect. Intellect high enough to grasp such wisdom. Yes, we have read that, I remember. Okay. We're moving along pretty well, honestly. Another one. I can't believe there's actually... I mean, this makes sense. This is the place. If there's anywhere in the game that would be doing it, it's this place. Comet. And a stone sword key. Nice. Who are you? You look nothing like the other paintings. Fires a great magic comet. 52 intelligence. One of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy. Fires a great magical comet. This sorcery can be cast repeatedly and while in motion. Charging enhances potency. The greatest of the Carlos Conspectus' sorceries that only a very few sorcerers have ever mastered. Reminiscent of Soul Spear. Very dry throat today. Apologies if my voice is shooting out. That's a bit odd. What's the purpose of this? Why let me go up here? There's nothing here. That doesn't make any sense. Why would this be up here? Oh. Is this what I think it is? I think so. Yes, it is. Okay. Now we've unlocked a shortcut. Or we've unlocked something anyway. Graven School Talisman. I hear it. Alright, I'm going to end the video here. It's been a long way. We're definitely getting somewhere, though. I'm kind of loath to be resting at the bonfire right now. Alright, so let's check this out, and then we'll end for now. Raises potency of sorceries. A talisman depicting a school of graven mages, the nightmare of the Academy. The primeval current is a forbidden tradition of glintstone sorcery. To those who cleave to its teachings, the act of collecting sorcerers to fashion them into the seeds of stars is but another path of scientific inquiry. Very strange. Apologies, had to grab something to drink there. Very strange. The act of collecting sorcerers to fashion them into the seeds of stars. So it seems as though they're saying that somebody took a bunch of sorcerers and then killed them and sealed them away using their magic to create this talisman. A very macabre thing. Alright. We're moving along. We're definitely getting further here. I think the leveling, a little bit extra leveling and strategizing is making some waves here, is paying off. So I'll see you guys later.